Hi there, it's Timmy Joe. What's going on, guys? I got a little case review for you here. This is the Vivo V07 full ATX mid-tower computer case. It is a budget option on Amazon. It's about $53.99, so it will definitely not break your bank or budget or whatever. This is actually a user request as well from Shaquan Hanley. I hope I said your name right. Asking me to do this little budget thing, compare it to the FSP case that's also something you can get on Amazon. This thing I reviewed before. They kind of appear similar, but they are different in very, very many ways. So cue an intro and we will discuss the Vivo V07 and whether or not you should buy it. So, what do we have here? Well, this is a case from Vivo, maybe a company you haven't heard of before. They make a lot of mounts for speakers, monitors, projectors, what have you, but they do make about 10 cases, at least there's 10 on their website. You can get them on Amazon. They're fairly all inexpensive. This would, I'd say, be more of the flagship. It's got a lot of new cool features, and it is a full ATX mid-tower case with a lot of versatility in mind, and I'm going to get right into that. So, a viewer asked me to check this out, which is lovely, and you know what, it's totally worth it to have looks at stuff like this, because for 50 bucks you could buy a Corsair case or a Fantex case or something. And I find that all of those budget options from those manufacturers have drive cages and really old, outdated looks, and cable management isn't well thought out, and they don't come with any fans or anything like that. For $50 on Amazon, or $53.99, you get a lot with this case. You get an option for radiator at the top here, which is awesome. You can put a 240mm rad on the top of there. Lots of fans and stuff like that. It's got 3 case fans that come with it, and they're actually half decent fans you can use. There's Molex connections, and they're male-female, so you can connect them all together and hook them up to your power supply, or they do have standard connectors to put on your motherboard, like motherboard header fans. So that is really cool. A lot of case fans are just Molex, and you got to just throw them out if you ever want to manage them properly. You can actually use these fans, no problem. It only comes with 3 for the front, not 1 for the back, so you have to supply that one yourself. But there is a dust filter in the front here, so you can take that off and clean it, and, you know, if you're doing a pull in there, and that's a really nice option. This front part just pops off real easy, and there's I/O on the top under these little rubber grommets, and there's USB 3 and some USB 2s in there, and of course your headphone jack and your microphone jack, and a reset button, and there's a nice big button on the top here for your power. It also came with a PC speaker, which is really nice. You don't see that very often these days, where case manufacturers include that stuff, and thumb screws and everything you're going to need to build this thing. It has support for CD-ROM if you want it. There's a little bracket that comes in the top here. You can plug a CD-ROM in here even if you want to. So lots of versatility with this thing. It has a basement that you can put up to 3 hard drives in, and your power supply, and you can hide any excess wire or cabling in there, which is very, very nice. That's something that was a benefit over this thing. This thing has no ventilation at the top. This is the FSP CMT 210. Very nice case, but it has its limitations, but it is a little bit nicer looking in my opinion, and a little bit more clean. But this trades a little bit of cleanliness for way better cable management, full radiator support for an AIO at the top, which is really, really nice. And you can hide cables in the basement. Cable management's a breeze with this thing. And it came with even more fans, and you know, I appreciate that when, you know, fans are included. I think the FSP had 2, this has 3. Now the bottom fan blows into this basement, which is kind of useless because you can mount your power supply so it sucks air from the bottom and exhausts it out the back. And even if you don't, there's grates at the top here that would suck air in from the case anyway. So that bottom fan's sort of useless. You know, leave it up to you whether you want to leave it up, you know, leave it in there. But with the 3 LED fans illuminated, it looks really nice in the front because you can see through the front of the case and all of the mesh and stuff like that. It looks pretty good in the dark. What's great about this case is everything's very clean. I've got a little Core i5 build in here with a big graphics card, and it's very clean. It's to the point. There's no wires floating around in there because there's really room to put your wires in behind, and there's like loads of little spots all over the place. It's well thought out. You can even route your switches and stuff like that through little spots down here, so it's just very, very clean. And your SSD in here, there's room for 2 of them. The hole is perfectly lined up to just put your plug your SSD in and hide all the wires in the back, which I really do appreciate. A lot of cases don't put the hole in the right spot, and then you end up having a little bit of cable that has to leak into the case. So very, very clean, very well thought out, very much a futuristic case design with no extra drive bays inside, and just a very open and clean look compared to a lot of the budget cases. They look old, they look dated, and this thing's going to be a little bit future-proof for you. You know, even if you're spending $50, you're going to get it and kind of go, oh wow, I can actually hold on to this. It's not something, you know, even though I only spent $50, I'm not looking to upgrade right away because maybe, you know, in a year's time I'm going to be tired of it. It's a very clean, well thought out design. It's got an acrylic side panel. It matches up with the basement perfectly. It's a very open, big window, so you can see all your, you know, well planned, well thought out components inside, and just very, very clean aesthetic. I can't say enough good things about it. Super thumbs up on this Vivo case. The looks are a little subjective to you, but you know, it's fairly well built. It's modern design, well thought out, lots of future proofing. You could put RADs and you know, an AIO in here, no problem, and you're not going to have issues, you know, fitting things or routing cables. Super good job, Vivo. Send me some more cases. I'd like to have a look at them. So if you have a case that you'd like me to review, leave a comment below. It always helps out if I can prove to a manufacturer that there's a want or a need for a review on a product. Much in this case, it worked out very nicely. I'm Watch Timmy Joe on Instagram and Twitter. You can also get a hold of me there. Twitter's a really good place to find out what I'm doing. And yeah, there'll be lots of stuff upcoming this week. I've got like my Ryzen build is going to change very much very soon. It's going to be pretty damn cool. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll know all about that. As well as I've got some new motherboards coming for Ryzen, and you know, I'd like to talk a little bit about the future of Threadripper and Vega maybe later on this week with some news. So tune in later. My name's Watch Timmy Joe on Instagram and Twitter. I am Timmy Joe on YouTube, and I very much appreciate all you guys. It's awesome that thousands of people watch me every day. So you guys have a good day.